This is the Trollager, our new mob that will spawn beneath the infamous desert wells of Minecraft's barren lands. And just as you would imagine, this is exactly what we need in Minecraft. By now, I'm sure you might be confused, so let me explain. While looking for the next structure to update in Minecraft, I was challenged by goodtimeswithscar to update this beautiful creation. That's right, the one and only Desert Well. My name is SystemZ, and it goes without saying, but challenge accepted. If you enjoy the video, consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can unsubscribe at any time. So where do we begin? Desert wells are, well, they're not interesting in the slightest. This might be a little bit harder than I thought. Maybe it's best if we create a backstory for the well and how this beast of a mob is connected to it. It all started in the early days of the villager settlements, when a baby villager wandered alone into the barren lands of the desert, when suddenly an intense sandstorm swept the lone traveler off of their feet and into the well, becoming trapped for eternity, forced to feed on the rotten flesh of zombies and long-forgotten loot left from distant villagers. And now, after years of being lost and forgotten, the baby villager has become the fierce ogre of a beast known as the Trollager. How is that for a backstory? The desert well, the baby villager, the Trollager, it's all so tragic, but I am incredibly excited because today is the first day on this channel where we officially get to fight one of our new ideas, and that of course is the Trollager. But I never actually explained how exactly that ties in to the desert well. Now, we know the backstory, how about the present? Well, my friends, let's say that you're traveling in the desert and you find a desert well. Before, it would be pretty boring. I mean, sure, you could fill up a water bucket, I guess, but at the end of the day, you more than likely just skip right over the desert well. It has no functionality. Well, that, my friends, is where the Totem of Undying comes in. I think we would all agree when I say it looks like a baby villager, so that's why I chose the Totem of Undying. Simply throwing the Totem of Undying into the desert well will resurrect the baby villager in the form of the dreaded Trollager. So, without further ado, this is where the battle comes in. I'm a little scared. Throw it in, it's gonna explode after a minute. Okay, there we go. Trollager is spawned in, and as you can see, it actually functions. This guy is angry at us. Now, it has two main attacks. One, it'll jump around, and if you get far enough away, it's going to try and jump at you, and I'll show you exactly what happens when it lands on you. You get slowness, and then it actually hits you and slings you flying. It's definitely not fun. You gotta be careful. But the good thing is that a shield can actually protect you. So in this case, we can actually block the attack, go in for a charged attack. Oh yeah, this is really just a battle of strategy. It's not the hardest fight, but I do love it. It's so amazing to see him just jump around like that. The mod team really did a fantastic job, and I did good with the animations, if I do say so myself. And then Toxteer really killed it with this amazing texture. Oh man, that punch. Look how far that threw me. That was a very powerful hit. Oh geez. And a far jump as well. Let's go in for the final blows. Oh yeah, it's not that hard. And as you can see, it drops the club, the spiked club, so you can really embrace your warrior side. I mean, how amazing is that? But of course, that's just a reward for defeating the Trollager. Once you do so, it actually spawns in a chest, which as you can see has some very special loot. We've got a couple of bottles of enchanting, which by the way, killing the Trollager does give you a lot of XP, so that's something to look forward to. But of course, you also get more from the bottles of enchanting, emeralds from the fallen loot of the fallen victims of the well, and then of course rotten flesh, but also a new item known as the golden bucket. Now this would be one of the first of its kind in Minecraft, a very unique item that you can only get in the desert well after defeating the Trollager. I love the idea that in Minecraft there are unique items that can only be gotten through adventuring. It just makes the game a lot better for exploration and makes it a lot more fun. Now, the golden bucket is amazing. I know it doesn't sound all that great, but essentially it allows you to store up to 3 different sources of water or lava. And of course, that means that you can carry around an infinite water source with one slot taken up in your inventory. Instead of having to have a whole bunch of buckets, you can just have the one. So now you've got infinite water anywhere you go. We'll just grab a little bit of that, don't mind if I do, and as you can see, it works. It is amazing, and I love the golden bucket. But not quite as much as the Trollager. I really want to try it out again. Honestly, it's just such a fun battle to do. It requires strategy, and that's why I love it. Oh man, I love to see these animations in action. We need more mobs like this, honestly. It makes the game so much more fun, and you have to have strategy, and that's what I love about it. But I think I'm a little curious. I wonder how this would do in a village. I also wonder how we could break it. There we go. Time for some experimentation. Let's just grab that, shall we? Of course, the first challenge is to see exactly how it does in a village filled with iron golems and villagers. Now, I do know that they will target any other mob in the game, so they're immediately gonna get angry at the villager. But of course, that means that the iron golems are going to get mad in return. This doesn't really seem like the best test. Maybe we move the iron golem a little bit. There we go. Let's see how exactly this works. Now, oh wow, okay. That's actually really surprising. I was not expecting that. The iron golem is a great way to defend yourself. Now what happens if we add in a bunch of Trollagers? Now I can tell you from experience that this is about to get really, really funny looking. These guys will start attacking each other, and yes, that means they'll start jumping around like maniacs. It is honestly one of the funniest things. There we go. As you can see, they're just starting to jump and they get into a cycle. But this makes me wonder what happens if we just put a whole bunch of Trollagers against each other. And also, just a note, this Iron Golem has fought multiple Trollagers and has won. It's almost gone though. That is incredible. Actually, this is the final showdown. Will the Iron Golems win? I really think so. Oh yeah, no problem at all. Good job, Iron Golems. Now, what does a whole bunch of Trollagers versus a whole bunch of Trollagers actually look like? That ought to do it, but you may notice they're not really angry at each other. Well, that's gonna change as soon as we place one villager down. This poor villager is gonna be taken out, and then immediately they are angry at each other. But we're gonna need to add a little bit more to this. Oh geez, this is absolutely insane to watch, but it's really funny. I mean, look on ground level. Goodness. Okay, well, now I'm wondering how a wither would fare against a whole bunch of Trollagers. I mean, just look at it. This is hilarious. And now for the moment of truth. Oh, well, yeah, I don't think that, yeah, well, that's one way to win. I honestly thought that would be a little bit better. Oh gosh, okay, well let's maybe summon another one right beside him. Maybe that would work. Put a villager down. That way the wither gets a little bit closer to the ground, maybe. No, it still doesn't seem like they stand any chance whatsoever. They're just mad at each other now. The Trollager is definitely not the smartest enemy, but hey, it's fun for experimentation. This is gonna be a bad idea, right? I think so. Maybe we see exactly what it would look like in a copy of the workshop. Oh gosh, Dwayne, I hope you stay okay. Stay safe, pet rock friend. Okay, Trollager is in the workshop. I'm just curious to see what he looks like jumping around in this building. Now, I do think we're going to be able to escape him, thankfully, but as you can see, I've got no tools whatsoever. Dwayne, save me. Please keep me safe. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is very funny, honestly. I would love to see someone capture a Trollager and keep them as a pet. Poor villager. They're out of the way, though. They're really staying clear. This is probably not the best idea. But at the end of the day, a great example at how amazing the Trollager actually is. Well, my friends, that is going to be it for today. I know what you may be thinking. Am I going to release this mod? Unfortunately, the answer to that is not to the public, because at the end of the day, this mod is incredibly experimental. We did not make it perfect, and there's a lot of flaws, so it's not really ready for a public release. But I do plan on releasing this and a whole bunch of my other mods that you've seen in a developmental format to anyone who's a tier 2 member and above on my channel. So that being said, you guys can expect it very soon. But until then, you're just gonna have to want this feature because it is amazing. I would love to see this in Minecraft. As always, all of my videos are always about that. At the end of the day, this is one of the coolest features I've ever shown. By the way, if you don't know what I just did, we gotta feed Dwayne the Pet Rock in every video. Sometimes I miss it and you guys yell at me in the comments. But at the end of the day, this video was more about just an awesome mob. It's more of an idea to show how amazing mini bosses could be in Minecraft and how adventure and exploration could be updated. So if you'd like to see something like this, make sure to share your feedback on the feedback website of Minecraft. At the end of the day, adding more bosses like the Trollager would make adventuring and exploration side of survival Minecraft all the more amazing. But that being said, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on notifications so that you're alerted whenever I next upload a video. Also, subscribe or I will steal your shoes, or the Trollager will destroy your home. But that being said, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.